it's kind of getting boring for me. I'm kind of trying to mix up this channel. Now, this is kind of, we are getting closer to that top 10 episodes. As I teased within the updates. Don't worry, we're getting close. We've done quite a few of them. And like I said before, this one I wanted to get all the details right this time, rather than just start making things up. Now, if you wonder why it's taking so long to do these videos, now, it's because ever since the green bit was given to Pokemon the Bridge series, it's been a bit hard since I've been put in charge of most of it, and it's kind of a bit hard considering this channel only let me do 15-minute videos. So I'm mostly focused on that, but yeah, I'm doing this as fast as I can. Now this one, we've gone a bit off topic last episode, but it was considered last episode. This one, I'm sorry, my picture just keeps freaking me out. Just year is 19, that sentence brings me back to senior kindergarten class when I was 5 years old, where we used to read out the date every single day. Year 1999 exists as a stain in my mind, however, the memory that will not go away no matter how I try to forget it. 1999 was my first time on a plane, and unfortunately, the early lessons on memory used to be the most popular the TV show. So of course, when I came home from school, I would stay glued to the TV till Pokemon. The only problem you buy at 30, and the Pokemon just miss an episode every day. Hey, something went on and on about. My dad got tired of hearing me complain every day. That must be why he went and bought another TV. Dad put the TV he bought in my room. Unfortunately, it was just an old, small, obtuse. With rabbit ears, even. It also only had 20 channels available, not including the channel Pokemon was on. I recall I didn't care though, it was just thrilled I had my own TV in my room. After surfing through the shelves, I came to the conclusion that the only channel 2 TiVo Kids was watching, so I watched that for a while. It wasn't for another few months until I discovered Channel 21. One day in April, I was flipping through and I was trying to see if Pokemon was on. I pressed Channel 21 into the remote, hoping there was more channels. To my delight, there was. My dad was surprised too, but he let me watch it because it seemed to have kids programs on. The channel was called Elondon Local 21, and later I found out it was indeed broadcast from the town of Elondon, Batara, a town very close to my city. The shows I saw on Elondon Local 21 were poorly made, and I never understood what was going on in half the time. However, as I grew up over time bought the channel, I realized more and more how messed up the shows were, and I had to ask myself, What the fuck was I watching? Following this list of shows, here's an episode I remember seeing. On Countdown Local 21, I remember such details it disturbs me, but I guess things like this stand out in your mind for a while. There were only 3 shows I could find on the channel, probably because the channel was only operational between 4 p.m. and 9 p.m. April 1999. Bobby, episode 6, Together. I recall Bobby was a show with characters. Those were simply live action hands, no puppets or anything, just hands. The shows featured a hand's named Bobby, or Bobby or whatever, who found himself in a new situation every episode. The show was only 5 minutes long, and it looked like it was shot right in front of a damp, decaying wall, with the hands always on the table with a red cloth. Oh, very low budget, obviously. This was the first episode I watched. The episode began with Ruby trying to get ketchup out of a bottle. Ashley showed him beating himself against the bottom of the bottle for a good 3 minutes. Finally, another hand came along and at Booby. Together, the other hand said, and it began beating the bottle as well, until some ketchup finally squirted all over the table. I remember chuckling slightly at this part. Booby then stared at the ketchup mess for a few seconds before turning towards his camera as it slowly zoomed in on him. Mr. Bear's Cellar, episode 12. Very sketchy name if you were to look at it nowadays. The show featured a guy wearing a bear mascot costume who would get his new visitor into his cellar every day. It was always a kid. The show was filmed with a camcorder, and not a very good one either. The police asked me a lot of questions about the show. This episode starts with Mr. Bear sitting at the table or playing checkers by himself. I didn't recognize it at first, but the table was the same one from Booby. He sat playing for a bit until there was a knock on the door. The camera was then looking up the stairs. Yes, at the door, where there was another knock. Mr. Bear climbs the stairs and opens the door to reveal 2 young children. One was a boy about my age, and the other was a girl who looked about 8. Mr. Bear danced into light and started talking to the kids. I couldn't hear any of that. Well, I remember. Mr. Bear then leads the kids into the cellar, which is quite dark, only lit by an oil lamp on the table. I can't really remember that much more except him singing us, which I couldn't hear too well either, probably because of that large bear mask. The end of the episode showed them playing hide and seek with the kids hiding in a closet, and Mr. Bear counted. May 1999. Soup and Spoon. I don't think this was even a show. I think it was more of a special movie thing. All I know is I stopped watching Countdown Local 21 for a while, because I thought this show was too stupid, especially since Pokemon now came on at 4:30 and 5 o'clock. I don't remember much of this, but it showed a clam soup and a spoon, both attached to string. swinging back and forth as if someone was holding them and dangling them in front of the camera. Intensely enough, the show was shot in a basement, which looked just like the one used in Mr. Bear's saga. Like I said, I can't remember much. The only thing I can remember clearly was the end. The entire thing was only half an hour, and just included stuff that found stupid, such as the spoon chasing Hoop around trying to eat it. The ending showed a table, one booby once again, and about 7 kids sitting around it, each with a bowl of soup in front of them. They were sitting and looking at the camera. They were sitting and looking at the camera, which was confused and almost frightened faces. The cameraman then held the can of soup in front of the children and said, "Spoons ready," and then it just stopped. July 1999. It was summer and I hadn't watched Channel 21 for a while, until one day when I slept over at my friend's house. I decided to check it out. My friend had gotten a TV in his room for his 6th birthday, so we stayed up very late. Us, 9:30 was very late, and watched TV. That's when I remembered Channel 21 and brought it up to my friends. We decided to see what was on, and to our surprise it was. They must have changed the broadcasting time. Mr. Bear's Cellar, episode 23. This episode was entertaining for my friends and I, mainly because it was scary. However, now when I was thinking of this episode, I realized something was definitely wrong when it was filmed. The episode started with the camera on its side, while it was facing Mr. Bear, who was walking up the stairs to the cellar door. The camera then blacked out for a second before fading in, back upwards right and facing Mr. Bear. There was also another kid talking to him, but this kid was about 11 or 12. He was talking to Mr. Bear for a while, but I couldn't hear well, again with the crappy camcord, until the kid decided to raise his voice. The kid was saying how it was late, and his sister had to go home. Could also hear more voices in the background. Remember Mr. Bear clearly saying, "Get the fuck out, you're not invited," with a deep voice muffled by the bear mask. I remembered my friend and I looking at each other and laughing at the mention of forbidden F-word. The episode got weirder. The kids began climbing the stairs before turning around and said, "Hey, was going to call the police." This began breaking into a run towards the kid, who started screaming and running as well. The camera then cut out, and that was the end of the episode. The channel then turned to static shortly after. Ooh, Bobby. Episode 42. Playing with Scissors. One rainy afternoon I was bored, so I decided to watch Channel 21. When I started watching some show about a guy sitting in an armchair, it was just I forget what it was about though. When I first saw this episode, I thought it was for teenagers, because it had